I don't think people really have their mind wrapped around when we say, like, we want equity and we want to be paid more. People are like, oh, you guys are just complaining, shut up and dribble basketball. And it's like, no, we're constantly in this fight for equity as female athletes. We're constantly fighting to bring our chairs to the table and be even in the conversation. The first time I really picked up a basketball, I was late, probably around 10, 11 years old by the time I started playing. By the time I got to high school, I was like, this is it. I want to focus primarily on basketball. This is going to get me a free education. This is going to get me a degree. So I just saw so much potential in the game of basketball, and I like to think that it saw it in me too. It really is like a surreal feeling to know that the dream you dreamed about as a child is coming true, and all the hard work you put in is being paid off. We're the only league to be 80% Black women. We could talk about corporate America and how a white man makes more than a Black man, how a Black man makes more than a white woman. But the Black women are at the bottom of the totem pole.
Whether it's in sports, education, tech, we just aren't as valued as men are. And so you see that play out with the WNBA and the NBA. It's no different.
Coming into the league, you have that moment. Mama, I made it. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of dad. I'm gonna take care of the family. And then you get there and you're like, damn, my contract says $47,000 as a rookie. And that's before taxes. If you are not the top tier players in our league, you are not getting looked at for sponsorships and endorsements that can pay you. I think on my fourth year of my contract, I was making $51,000. And then signing my bigger contract where I kind of solidified myself and my position with the Mystics, you know, I became a max player. I had to work my ass off for that. And even then, a max is $117,000. And now you fast forward to 6 years later, I got my first sponsorship with Converse. That's 6 years. I had to win a championship too before I ever got a shoe deal. Our male counterparts, and it's no disrespect to them because every male that's in the NBA deserves to be in the NBA, but you got guys sitting on benches that are making $8 million and never see the floor. They never see the floor. And then they got endorsements and sponsorships and they don't take a step on the court. We understand that in order to make money, our league needs to make money. And people are saying, well, your league loses money. We're just at the point now as WNBA players that you have to first invest in us to tell us we're losing money. And so this is our constant battle.
The WNBA is the best women's basketball league in the world. Everyone wants to compare it to the NBA, but it's a league that stands on its own. But we're not compensated like the best women's basketball league in the world. There are three areas that we are really trying to attack. That's player salaries, that's also player experience and health and safety. We don't really know the financials of the WNBA except be happy if the economics were better, we could pay you more.
Hi, I'm Christina Williams, founder of Girls Talk Sports TV.
I'm here pregame with Natasha Cloud. Kicking it with Christina. I created Girls Talk Sports TV because I saw that there was an equity in coverage of the WNBA. I really wanted to create a platform where women were seen, their voices were heard, and that they provided value in sports culture. I think that the only league that we really see women getting paid equal prize money is in tennis, where, you know, some of the women in tennis, like Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka, they get paid at the same level or more than the men athletes. And then in the WNBA, it's far less. And part of that is due to the revenue spread. And then other part is the visibility. I feel like with the WNBA, not a lot of games are broadcast on TV. And so therefore the media coverage is lacking. That provides the inequity, but also the revenue dollars as well. People are not seeing the game, and they don't think that it's worth investing. Getting these players paid enough so that they don't have to go overseas or they don't have to work multiple jobs while also playing basketball during the season to promote their own league.
It's really hard because in a lot of cases, we take care of our families. We're forced to go play overseas for 6-7 months out of the year and be away from our family for almost a whole entire year just to make ends meet. I went over to Turkey to make $50,000. The first day that I was there, I slipped and fell on the court and I tore my left hip labrum. I need to go home and I need to rehab so I can be ready for the WNBA season. Then coming home, I watched my bank account just drain. I literally had $2,000 in my account left by the time season came around because of having to pay out of pocket for rehab and for different trainers and for strength and conditioning just to maintain my body.
I think the 2020 collective bargaining agreement is really a great first step in a new direction. Doubling their salaries and creating maternity benefits and stipends for childcare, and it was just a whole slew of things. And I think also I work with an agency that does not represent any WNBA players. So from an agency standpoint, we have to do better. The agencies and the people who represent the athletes. It should be just as much as a focus that we put on our men.
I think that one of the reasons why we don't hear about specifically more Black WNBA players is because the league is only promoting the same 5 players, whereas there are 144 players that each person deserves their story to be told.
I'm one of 144, and I'm extremely proud to be one of 144. At the end of the day, this is our dream. This is our passion. This is something that we truly, truly love. This is the reason that we're fighting this fight so the next generation of WNBA players don't have to fight for what they deserve. And even with all the things set up to see us fail, we are still succeeding. And that's empowering. That's beautiful. And so I'm really, really proud to be a part of our league. We're not going anywhere. You could say that we don't deserve to be paid. All that's outside noise because we know our value, we know our worth.